Fact or fiction? Alrighty, what is up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. We are back out in Philly with another Moto John video today. If you're tuning in, we travel around mostly Philadelphia, sometimes outside Philadelphia, talking about motorcycles. So if you like all that good stuff, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, drop any comments down there. Love getting feedback from everybody tuning in. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about something I've seen people complaining about lately, mostly Harley riders, but I'm going to be interested to get other brand riders' perspectives on this as well, because this is going to also be very applicable. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about the dreaded Harley Tax. So first, I got to give you a little background on what the Harley Tax is. You might hear people joke about it or talk about it seriously, or either way, but you've probably heard people mention the quote-unquote Harley Tax before. So background on the Harley Tax. A lot of people say, and I would agree with this, Harleys come very underpowered as far as the engines go from the factory. So you typically have to do a lot of work to really unleash some of the power from the factory, you know, like exhaust, tune, air cleaner. People say because of like EPA restrictions and regulations and stuff like that, Harley has to make them underpowered, but I mean other companies would have to do that too, and a lot of other companies have stock bikes that with same size engines that are much more powerful than Harley, but that's another topic for another day. So people say the Harley Tax is the money you have to spend after you already paid for your expensive bike to make it kind of run the way you want it to, the way you want it to be a little more powerful. So they say the Harley Tax is that money you have to spend to kind of get it to where you want it to be. And a lot of that stemmed from, like I said, underpowered engines, having to do a lot of work to them to kind of beef up that power a little bit. But that could go along with other stuff as well. You think about all like parts and accessories and yada yada, stuff like that, where, you know, you're buying, you know, lights and fairings, exhaust, seats, all this different stuff to customize it. I think a lot of it initially stemmed from the engine thing, like I said, but there are all those other factors that go into it too. And then it also stems from what people say, if you are doing Harley aftermarket parts, like Harley parts are just obnoxiously expensive. And I mean, listen, they got a business to run, whatever. You know, they're gonna charge what they gotta think they need to charge anyways to make money and grow the business, whatever. So Harley Tax comes from, you know, underpowered engines, overpriced, aftermarket type products, stuff like that. And even if you're buying other types of brands to customize your bike, you're paying all that additional money outside of what you paid for your stock bike. So the first part of this is, yes, because of that reason, I'm going to say fact. The Harley Tax is a real thing, and it does exist. I do agree bikes are underpowered from the factory. Say what you want about regulations, this or that. Might be true, might not be true, but you do have to do a little work to kind of soup up the engines. So I would say yes, the Harley Tax is a fact for sure, but is it a huge deal? Now that's the question. Because if you think about that compared to other brands, we got this guy parallel parking right here. So if you think about that compared to other brands, like, doesn't everybody pay to customize and modify their bike after they get it? Does anybody just keep their bike plain stock? So if you're riding a Triumph, Suzuki, Ducati, whatever, I mean, does anybody just keep their bike plain stock. So I mean, yeah, maybe some of these aftermarket parts from Harley specifically might be a lot more expensive, but I mean, everybody, and this might be anecdotal, everybody, in my opinion, is customizing the freaking bike, no matter what the brand is. So, I mean, does the Harley Tax exist? Yes. You gotta pay money to like modify and customize your bike after you get it, but so does every other brand rider. You know, everybody else is buying new seats, everybody else is putting aftermarket exhausts on there, everybody else is dumping tons of money into their bike. So the Harley Tax exists, yes, but do you need to make a big deal about it specifically for Harley? I don't know, not really. What's up, dude? Not really, because everybody else is paying buttloads of money to modify and customize their bike too. So what I'm curious to hear from everybody watching out there is, did you guys also spend a lot of money customizing your bike, whether it's Harley or not? I mostly want to hear from some of those other riders other than Harley riders, because I'm interested to know. You don't have to tell me exactly how much you might have put into your bike or whatever. I don't need to know all that. But did you leave your bike custom? You know, did you spend a lot of money on the certain brands aftermarket parts, or did you pay money for, you know, other brand aftermarket parts? You know, you got your Vance and Hines, or, you know, all these different brands and stuff like that that still fit on all these other bikes, all these other brands of bikes. Does anyone know how to parallel park in this city? Now we got traffic all backed up because this schmuck can't figure out how to park his freaking car in South Philly. Go. 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 Toyota, just go. You can fit. Oh my god, he's pulling out again. Oh, the joys of riding in the city. Oh, that guy in the Toyota just gave him a thumbs up. Oh boy, let's pull. Oh boy. Alright, he's gonna fit. You can go, you can go. So anyways, where was I? Oh yes, the Harley Tax. So, I mean, do you Harley riders, do you care about the Harley Tax? I mean, do you care that you gotta pay some of this like extra money to get your bike where you want it? I mean, I don't. I kind of was thinking you just expect it, really. I knew what I wanted to do to my bike. I knew I was gonna have to pay extra. I mean, they come stock from the factory for a reason. They're designed in a certain way to be a certain bike. They know people are gonna go through and make their modifications. Now the thing I will say is Harley's aftermarket parts are obnoxiously expensive, and I mean that's part of what they get a bad rap for the Harley Tax, is because their branded aftermarket parts are very obnoxiously expensive. Like, I'll give you a perfect example on my Sportster. Their LED headlight was like $200 something, and I bought a shit. I should have stopped and get gas. Their LED headlight was like $200 something. I bought a Wisamic LED headlight for like $50 on Amazon, probably same or better quality. So I mean, that's just an example. I mean, the Harley Tax, they get a bad rap for that. It does exist. People bash them for it. I bash them for it, and bash them for plenty of other stuff too. Like you saw in my video, bashing them for their social media because it sucks pretty bad. Take a look at that video. Let me know what you think about that. But anyways, I want to just talk about the Harley Tax a little bit, you know, but I'm really interested in get insight from riders of other brands on this, because I'm expecting you guys paid a lot of money. You guys are girls, paid a lot of money to to modify your bikes as well, so what's the difference? Like, everybody's paying a bunch of money to modify their bikes. I mean, that's just the way it goes. You don't have to call it a Harley tax, but... So that's the big thing that I wanted to talk about in this video, is the dreaded Harley tax. Let me know everybody's thoughts out there, what you guys think of it. Do you buy Harley aftermarket parts? Do you prefer other brands? I personally prefer other brands, Vance & Hines, Memphis Shades. I just think they make cooler stuff, which is why I like to go with those brands. Got a nice shot of City Hall up here. We're coming up Broad Street. You guys have seen me on Broad Street every now and then. Headed north on Broad Street right now, coming up from South Philly. So we're gonna end it there. Like I said, let me know down in the comments what you guys think of the Harley tax. Do you care? I say it is a fact. It's not fiction, but I don't really care. I expect to pay for aftermarket stuff, whether it's their brand or other brands. Let me know what your specific brand that you ride, what their aftermarket stuff is like, what the aftermarket market is. So that's going to wrap up that conversation for today. We're going to end it with a nice look at City Hall coming up Broad Street. Again, if you like traveling around, you like motorcycles, drop any comments down there. I love getting in conversation with everybody watching out there. As always, ride safe. We'll catch you on the next one. It's the Moto John. We'll see y'all on down the road. Peace.